Okay, so this is Taxi Driver, which Will has never seen. We are at the Columbia logo right now, and hopefully it won't pick up any audio. Do you think I'd get copyright tagged on Song of the South?
It's Disney. They'll get you for anything.
All right. This is the Bernard Herrmann score. This is his last film score. He did Psycho. You ever seen Kill Bill?
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
Yeah.
He did this. This is the very last thing. Actually, his last day at work was the night he died. And he was leaving, and there's a scene where he has to look at a mirror. He's like, I need something to show some. I need something for this thing where he looks in the rearview mirror, and he goes, well, I'll just take that thing, play it backwards, and speed it up, and there you go. And then he left, and then he died that night. But he did Psycho. So, yeah, well, I sent you that quote from Pauline Kael where he said it's about the absence of sex. And by the way, what I realized the other day, there's no cops in this movie. No cops to be seen anywhere in this movie.
In New York in the 70s.
But anyways, I thought it was really strange about. You'll see what the connection to incels as we go on, as the movie goes on. But that word wasn't around back in '75. Neither were Mohawks. But anyways, I thought it was really weird when the Joker came out, right? And if you wanted to bash the Joker, you would say, if you're some neo-lib that wanted to bash the Joker because you were scared of what just happened was going to happen. Because, for some reason, liberals think that movies will cause riots and not, class and race issues. But anyways, they would say it's a movie for incels, which it wasn't. It didn't have anything to do with sex.
That's because politically correct culture is inherently fascist anyway. I mean, they were the ones who were joining with the conservatives with the PMRC.
So here's the thing. Then they would go, well, another thing is, it's a ripoff of Taxi Driver. And then I'd be like, dude, Taxi Driver is like the ultimate incel movie. What are you talking about? By the way, you're probably going to want to watch this a second time because I'm going to be ruining it for you by talking. This is funny. Him trying to be funny is just hilarious. Right off the bat, when he smiles, he just seems crazy.
I have been called Travis Bickel before, so it would be
Really?
nice to
and
know
you
what it's
never
about.
were curious? You were never curious?
I mean, I watched the VH1 I Love the 70s, so it hit the highlights of Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
He took a 12-year-old to a porno theater, I think, or something like that.
You'll see. This movie is nothing but surprises. A lot of people would call this the best movie in the 1970s. Lost the Oscar to none other than Rocky. Because people would rather see a movie about what they want to be rather than what they are.
Also, Hollywood loves the trope of boxers.
Yeah, but Raging Bull lost to ordinary people. And that's a hell of a boxing movie. But, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, incidentally, so now SpongeBob's gay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really participate in these culture wars, but I was like, a sponge can't be gay. Like, if anything, you put sponges in vaginas. Oh, that's kind of outmoded form of contraception. But then, SpongeBob happened to be on just now, earlier,
mm-hmm.
and there's a creature shaped like a penis that's one-eyed, and he had a pink feather, and he tickled the crab's bare ass.
Oh, really?
I think it might have went up the crack. And I went, oh, fucking, this show's gay. This show's absolutely gay.
Can you? I don't know.
Imagine,
can you really make it gay after the fact?
See, this is the 70s where you can get a classy fucking joint like this on a cab's salary.
It looks like a 30s tenement.
It's a fucking tenement.
No, but it looks.
What do you think an apartment like that would cost today?
In New York?
Yes. There's no way.
Probably still $1,700, and
Yeah. This is when Texas. This is when New York was Paris. In the 70s. This is the birth of an American arts renaissance. Was just beginning. Oh, here's the line. This isn't a Clash song. Sick. I hope one day. This movie's so fucking good.
Wait, so he wants to kill people because they're fucking?
He just hates the fucking world he's in. That's something that occurred to me the other day when I was thinking about this movie. Why is he fucking here? That's never really answered. Like, why did this he's not from New York. I never understood why Travis Bickel lives here. But yeah, this is in the 70s. You know, motherfuckers moved to New York back then. All these great artists moved to New York and just lived in like these abandoned buildings, and there was trash like piled all over the streets and shit because of these garbage strikes. I think New York got cut off on federal funding for some stupid reason.
Well, I mean, like the only reason the early hip hop parties were able to, start, where they would steal electricity from a lamp pole and take it to a park.
Yeah.
Is because there was so much other shit going on. The cops are like, we don't care you're stealing electricity.
Yeah, and then like punk rock culture and hip hop culture were like went together. They like blended together and all that fucking shit. Yeah. This fucking movie. Now, I should probably wait for the Mohawk thing to come out later. But yeah, anyway, so he cleans the cum off the back seat. That's what a motherfucker will do. Now that is a cab driver, dude. Now do you think, say, I don't know.
Shouldn't you feel proud of yourself that you're helping people fuck hookers?
Yeah, exactly, dude. And I mean, that is working for a fucking tip when somebody's fucking... See, that sex is right away in the movie. Him not getting laid. Like, he's just sitting driving a car while two people are fucking in his back seat. They give him a fucking jizz-covered fucking $20 bill as a tip. Oh, God, this is hilarious. Okay, watch this. Watch this pickup. No, Travis, you gotta wait for her to ask you for your name. That's how you know you hooked her. Why? What's her name?
All right, okay. Can I have a chocolate then? Yummy jujus, they last long.
His pickup style is hilarious. What you see is what we got.
All right. So, like in Europe, they have not only is prostitution legal in certain countries, but there's like a stipend if you have certain disabilities.
Yeah.
Like, if you have personality disorders, you should qualify, right?
Oh, for a stipend for sex workers? Absolutely. Yeah. I love how this is censored. I love how the actual porn movie is censored. Yeah, I want to hit on a woman who's working in a porn theater.
They still exist?
Porn theaters?
Yeah.
I imagine they do. But I mean,
I tried to find a peep
I mean,
show
but
lately.
dude, it's probably better like at a video store because you just get like the kinkiest, nastiest fucking shit, and then you just fucking like
Well,
you like
San Fran-
intentionally try to shock her. You know, you like just bring in like anything that your deepest dark. Martin Scorsese, right there, sitting right there. You're supposed to be focused on Sybil Shepherd, but right behind her, that's Scorsese. Now, that's his Hitchcock cameo, and the idealized woman, and so he has another cameo later on, and I'll see if you can point it out. That's Albert Brooks. But yeah, so yeah, the reason, good reason to watch this movie is yeah, there were 2 incel attacks. Okay, so the latest one was it was a guy got caught planning an attack. He went to the hospital and said he got his hand chopped up from a lawnmower. It turned out he blew his hand up with a bomb because he was planning on blowing up an event at a shopping mall where they had a lot of cheerleaders.
What?
He wanted to kill cheerleaders. He wrote a manifesto. And the FBI found it, but my question is like, how the fuck did the FBI even know if he said he got his hand chopped off? I guess the doctor went, oh, that was a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Called the cops called the FBI. FBI searched the house, found the fucking manifesto. And then, you know, he wanted to fucking blow up some cheerleaders.
Well, first of all, like,
This was in Canada.
you think the FBI doesn't already know about your manifesto?
Well, yeah, the cum you want that senator's fucking cum for mouthwash, you fucking snooty bitch. Dude, he's kind of like a mirror image of Travis Bickel. Neither of these motherfuckers know how to fucking bang her. Okay, this is a perfect example of approach anxiety, which I still suffer from myself. Approach anxiety. This is when you second guess yourself. You're like, I haven't thought of the perfect joke. I haven't thought of the perfect opener. I haven't thought of the perfect opportunity to talk to her. And the trick to approach anxiety is regret. The butthole surfers. It's better to regret something you have done than to regret something you haven't. I mean, that's not true, you know, except when it comes to blowing up cheerleaders. You don't want to regret that. Especially if you're a virgin, because these motherfuckers, these incels, they go around, they kill these people.
Mm-hmm.
They're virgins. And then they go to prison.
And like that's the one type of murder that you're not gonna get conjugal visits from your. That's the one kind of serial killing you won't get. You know, fangirls trying to marry you.
Yeah. So now you're a fucking now you're a toilet for Nazi jizz and fucking prison. Look at all these porn theaters, dude. Yeah. So when they say Giuliani cleaned up New York or all that, yeah. In other words, Giuliani fucking ruined all that. That's what he did. Look at this. You can't ever do this again anymore. Look at this. You can't get.
You mean when New York was at its highest murder rate and like junkies were on every corner?
Giuliani's a fucking creep. Giuliani reminds me of a dude who, like a vampire who drank a dead person's blood.
Well, you did read that article about like people in Silicon Valley buying young blood from young people to inject it as like a cheap form of gene therapy, basically.
That sounds like crazy talk.
No, it was a legitimate news article.
Oh no, I meant if they're actually doing that, then
Yeah.
they're crazy. That sounds like tray panning or something. But that's what plasma centers are. Plasma centers are like, that's essentially what you're sucking poor people plasma so you can give it to rich people so they can live longer. That's yeah.
Is that what you used to work at when you were a phlebotomist?
Yeah, that was part of the problem. Okay. There's a subtle notion. There's an idea that he's a racist. He never says it overtly. You'll see. You'll notice you'll notice this by the way he looks at black people and the way the camera focuses on black people. You think Travis believes him? Like, Travis doesn't know that all the other cab drivers aren't getting laid either. Like, he's dumb enough to fall for these stories and shit. How's your penis hanging, Travis? So, hey, man. So, pretty soon you're going to have this introduction to the racism. So, tell the folks at home your OJ joke.
I forgot. It's been too long since I.
Come on. There it is. They say he's a racist, and that's why he's always looking at black people, and the camera's focusing that way. But like when I see that shot, those are like Chads. Those are black Chads. What do you call a black Chad?
Well, I mean, I do think.
Well, I guess you call them Africans because Chad is in Africa.
I mean,
you don't remember
isn't it a
your
little
OJ
racism
joke?
for Scorsese to assume that like all black guys in New York would dress like pimps in the 70s?
Well, no, those are probably actually pimps.
It is 42nd Street, most likely.
They changed the race of the pimp. There's a character who's a pimp in this movie. They changed his race because they didn't want to take the focus away and make the movie about race. Although I don't think it would have did that, but I think that they were. They just did it because they just didn't want it to be a distraction. They knew this movie was a tough sell. It was going to be a tough sell anyways. And okay. All right, you said anytime anybody ever talks about OJ, all they talk about is murder. When he was like one of the greatest running backs of all time, and he's not even in the top 100 murderers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably wording it wrong.
That's basically the gist of it.
What do you think Albert Brooks' move here to get down at Sybil Shepherd's pants? I mean, this is a friend zone schmuck.
Is he even trying right now?
Oh, dude, he wants her. He flat out said he loved her.
Wait, to her face?
Yeah, earlier when they were having a conversation, it was a casual conversation. It sounded in a jokey manner, but yeah, he's got like a coworker crush thing happening. A couple of rich kids volunteering for some Democrat, some Dumbocrat. You know, she wants to fuck the candidate. Probably at a certain point during the campaign, she will fuck the candidate. Well, Albert Brooks jacks off and watches.
Wait, that was in the movie?
No, it's in the movie I have in my head. Although there is a porn version of this. There is a porn version of Taxi Driver.
I'm almost more interested in that.
I kind of want to see that too, but I haven't watched porn with another guy since college. And there was always a girl present to make sure nothing got out of hand. You know, it always felt less weird when there's a girl. Like, like, you know, you got permission. Like, this isn't creepy because she's here. You know? There was a second. So, by the way, you think the kid that blew his hand off, the incel that blew his hand off, you think it was his, which hand? You think it was his vagina hand?
Would that normally be your right?
If you're right-handed. I'm sure Ned Flanders jacks off with his left. I jack off with my right. Although, okay, here we go. Here's the pickup. Here's the move. This isn't bad. It's a little aggressive, but he doesn't really have a choice because he doesn't know anything about politics. And by the way, he should have had that answer in his head when she asks him about politics.
What do you think of that?
You know what? I'm a little jaded, but you could turn me. You know, I'm a veteran. You got it, dude. You gotta play on the veteran thing, the Vietnam veteran thing.
You want Candace? How do you feel
No.
about Senator standing welfare?
Don't be a cuck. Don't be like Albert Brooks, Travis. He's too nervous, man. It makes everything uncomfortable.
We all work together. You both.
Look at Brooks. He's fuming. He's fucking white knighting. Dude. Look at Brooks in the background.
Yeah, why didn't he just open with that?
What? Pie is a weird word to use. Isn't it? Does that seem? Is it me or you go over at this for a girlfriend?
First
I
of
once
all-
asked a girl. I once cold opened a girl just like this, and cold approached a girl just like this, and asked her out for ice cream.
All right.
It worked. Here's good. Here's is good though.
You're gonna be my friend.
Ah. That is a cold read, my friend. That's old school pickup. They don't do that shit no more. Well, they do it a little bit. But it's cold read. It's hard not to get caught doing a cold read, though. You understand cold reading, right?
No.
Oh, well. Like, you know, I think you got, like, a serious side. But you also kind of have, like, a crazy, wild man, fun guy side. You know, and sometimes you hide the sides from people depending on what situation you're in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a cold read.
Okay.
That's what everybody.
Right.
I just described everyone.
So astrology.
Yes. Yes. Astrology. He just gave her a cold read. He literally just went up to her and said, "You have some kind of internal life, and some like part of you that's just not happy. And sometimes you kind of need a friend at the call."
Betsy, the child's coffee shop on Columbus.
That's true of everybody.
I had black coffee and apple pie with a slice of melted yellow cheese. I think that was
His main problem, his number one fucking problem is he's in the wrong place. He just doesn't belong in fucking New York. She's got a reason for being there. Every person who lives in New York, especially in this time, has a reason for being there. There is no other reason to.
like my apartment, my possessions. I should get one of those signs that says one of these days I'm gonna get organized. Organized. It's a joke.
It's a joke, you dumb bitch.
ORGANEZIED.
Oh, you mean organized. Like those little signs they have in offices that say think.
Do you like the place you work in?
That's good people working for us. I think Valentine's got a good chance.
Here it is. This is where he fucks up.
You know your unit flies?
Shouldn't have said that.
Do you like the guy you work with?
There it is, right there.
It's okay.
His insecurities. You're
Yeah, but I know, but
Albert Brooks is making you insecure.
He's very good at his job. He's okay. So he does have a few problems.
I would say he has quite a few problems. His energy seems to go in the wrong places. When I walked in and I saw you two sitting there, I could just tell by the way you were both relating that there was no connection whatsoever. And I felt when I walked in that there was something between us. There was an impulse that we were both following. So that gave me the right to come in and talk to you. Otherwise, I never would have felt that.
There's a way to say that without.
And then when we
It's
got
not the
divorced,
way you're saying it.
and with him, I felt there was nothing, and I could sense it. And when I
First of all,
walked in, I knew I was right.
you don't mention the other guy.
That way?
You don't mention any guys. Why would you care about some other guy that's not you?
Where are you from?
Upstate.
And instead of complimenting her on eyes, you go, I'm really impressed that you. I was really impressed that you followed this impulse. Not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people want to do that. You know, there's not enough of that in this world, but you did that. Good for you. Speaking of pie,
You want to go to
you like my timing?
another time?
Speaking of pie, you want to go to a movie? You want to Netflix and chill? You want to go watch Taxi Driver at my house? I watched this with on a date.
You were like 23.
Oh, God, I was in high school. I saw this movie. Dude, I first saw this movie when I was 7, but I don't think I watched. Chris Christopherson. What the fuck is with this love of Chris Christopherson? I'll never understand it.
Walking contradiction.
I went to.
Not me?
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not pushing. I never have pushed.
It's literal Travis.
You are that.
Jesus, she's got such a fuck me face. So
How is that working?
how is what working? What do you mean? Oh, you mean how?
Yeah.
Her being that hot?
No. Like his writing of picking her up actually working.
Like how is his like game working?
Yeah.
I don't know, just some dumb luck, man.
Moves the story along.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I called Betsy again at her office and she said maybe we go to a movie together after she gets off work tomorrow. That's my day off. At first she hesitated, but I called her again.
I think they just want to show the failure,
Betsy.
and then it's up to you to interpret.
What? I forgot
You'll find out how he fucks up, and then that just throws the whole movie and gives you a whole different perspective of the movie. But and really understands, and is really a good communication of what and we should like have more clarity about what we mean when we talk about okay, we should stop right after the speech, after this thing. What was I saying about
Clarity of what we mean by something.
oh, about what we mean by incels, but I meant before I was thinking about something else.
I'm one of your biggest supporters, you know. I tell everybody that comes to this taxi that they have to vote for you. Why, thank you.
Travis.
Travis, I'm sure you're gonna win, sir. Everybody I know is gonna vote for you. You know, in fact, I was gonna put one of your stickers in my taxi, but you know, the company
Oh,
said
my
that
father.
policy, but
My father rented this when I was 7. I don't think I watched the whole thing. But I remember my mom's reaction to the end of the movie where she was just shocked. But he thought it was the television series Taxi. And they watched the whole fucking movie. I don't know if they told me to leave the room at a certain point where they're like, or if I watched the whole thing. They used to let me watch anything.
well, whatever it is, he should clean up this city here because this city here is like an open sewer, you know? It's full of filth and scum.
Then why did you move there,
Take it. Whatever becomes
Midnight Cowboy?
really clean it up. You know what I mean? Sometimes I go out and I smell it, I get headaches, it's so bad, you know? They just like, they just never go away, you know?
I love the senator's reaction to this.
The president should just clean up this whole mess.
I mean, that is
Wait,
the
listen to his
opinion
reaction.
of a taxi driver.
Well, I think I know what you mean.
He has to relate to everybody he talks to. Like Bernie Sanders would be like, "What are you, crazy? What kind of talk is that for a grown man? Why do you live in this city if you hate it so much? Go live in Iowa. Well, there are no black people. And you could smack bitches around." All right. You want to take a break?
Sure.